Okay, so here's a quick overview of the script that me and Claude made for the Motion 32 from Fender. This is an Ableton script. It's still work in progress and there's still some bugs, but I'd say most of it is working so far. So this is from song view. This gives you some overview of the song. So we've got tempo control, we've got a position for the main cursor, some things on here you can only see in arrangement view, so you can flip to arrangement view, you can open and close the browser, so you can move the position pointer, you can create cue marks, you can zoom, or you can change the loop start, you can change the loop end, you can turn the loop on and off, you can, like I said, switch to session and arrangement view, horizontal zoom, vertical zoom, previous next cue. This is mapped to cue volume or the click volume. All the transport buttons work. The tap button works. Metronome on and off works. Record is mapped to the master record. Even some of the shift variants, like the shift undo, should undo that recording. Yep. I haven't fixed all of these. Some of the commands down here don't map directly to things in Ableton, so we're still working on that. Yeah, let's go here to session view, and then in this view there's a couple other things you can see. So there's like the detail plugin. This gives you access to any of the macros that are available, anything that can be auto mapped. This will pan between different banks of them. Clicking it will go to the next device. This allows you to shift over by track. So we're on the reverb track now, and these are all auto mapped. They'll show you what you're controlling on the screen. If you have more than one device on a track, you should be able to, yeah, like I said, pan between like that. This is this is also a device switch. I forgot that's what I did with those. Okay, what else? We have the ability to shift the root note by hitting these bank buttons. That's just standard behavior that comes from the standalone version. So all of this is triggered by a handshake that that the device receives from Studio Pro or Studio One, whatever they're calling it now. So I just reverse engineered some of that. I also disassembled some of the firmware, really looking for things like how do they build the scales, how do they build the chords. Chord mode is probably not going to be able to be implemented without a track device in Ableton, but scale mode works just fine. Let me bump up the octave here. And then you have all the typical functions that are already on the device. We're just kind of reverse engineered and replicated. So locked, guided mode, other modes like Xylidian, same idea, locked or guided. And then, yeah. So the other one, we have song mode. That's just kind of like DAW control. Plugin mode is a detailed view based on whatever's on that track. And then mix view. Mix view gives you an overview of the mix. Gives you some meters. They're even kind of like context aware, so they'll change color when they get hot. And then you can pan over to the sends. Obviously, no sends on regular MIDI channels, but sends, send A and send B for channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. And so you can see it's highlighting on touch. These all have capacitive touch control, so they're aware of where you're touching. You can scroll over here and go over to the panning. So that gives you panning for each one of those channels, and then it loops back around and shows you the mix control. So that's basically where we're at right now. There's still some bugs. The touch strip gets remapped to, these are both pitch bend when you put it in this mode. And so Ableton has a really hard time consuming that with a script and turning it into something else. So it's gonna have to probably be a rack device, like a Max for Live device or something. chord mode is going to need to be another device as well that gets loaded on the track if you want to use chord mode. I haven't done anything with the drum controls like drum pads. Haven't done anything with creating a session view, clip launcher, anything like that. Haven't done anything with these guys. The solo and the mute buttons do work, and these are arms. They arm the track. So yeah, this will solo or it'll mute whatever the last touched track is. So pretty handy. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Still a work in progress. Still a bit to do, but it is much more usable than it would be straight out of the box.